Hello. Hi. How are you all? It's been a little bit, hasn't it? Hi, Jack. Hi, Kabuki. Sarcastic silence. Hello. Sunny, it's good to see you. Sorry about the issue with the Discord. I'm not sure what was going on. And Amy, good to see you on your other account. How are you? Simi, welcome in. Hello, Vixen. Hi. Yes, I'm going with a very simple background today because I haven't tested my stream after rolling back my graphics driver last week, but it seems like things are stable for now. How are you all? I'm hoping that with this, the scuff has been fixed. At least that's the dreams, you know. Hope you have enough air in this cosmic void. Why, thank you. I think I'll be fine. No worries. No worries. I'm just glad you could stop by. Should I just be calling you Yamane Holmes now? No poking. Hi, Umi, welcome in. Hello. It's good to see you again. I missed you, son. It has been a while, certainly. How are you today? Are you having a good day? I hope that all of you had a fantastic Tuesday. I say it every week, without fail, but every single time Tuesday rolls around, it's almost like I forgot how to stream. It's Peanut, by the way. Oh, I see, that makes sense. Welcome back, Peanut. What does that name change? Hi, Tony, good to see you, and thank you very much for the hydrate. Hi, Montero. Hello. How are you? Hey, Parasol. Welcome in, sweetheart. How are you doing today? I feel like that karaoke was so much fun. We had so many people singing. I'm so happy. I see, hinting to Mitsurugi-san, aka Miles Edgeworth, from Ace Attorney. That makes sense. I still haven't played any of the Ace Attorney games, so I do have to schedule a day where I can actually try some of it. Someone gifted me the trilogy, so I would love to try it sometime. Hi, welcome in. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Hello, Fire. Good to see you. We're going with a minimalist background today. Just having a nice, comfy vibes. I actually wanted to maybe go through different RP scripts or something and just read them, but I feel like a lot of them are extremely cringe. Didn't get enough sleep. Paralysis demon wanted me to stay awake for them. And here you are. Sorry to hear that. This week is very busy for you, huh? It's not particularly busy, it's just on Thursday I have something important. So if I stream on Wednesday, I'd be in a rush Thursday morning, so I want to spend some time Wednesday evening to prepare for my court hearing. I'm good. Just having a cup of tea. Hope you've been well. Yes, things have been most excellent. Most excellent. Asura 2102. How are you doing today? Are you having a wonderful Tuesday? I certainly hope so. Thank you very much for your follow. And I hope that you have a wonderful stay here. Oh, I did hear about that. If you're in the East Coast, or if you're expected to be in an area where the hurricane will hit, I pray that you will stay safe. Make the best choices you can. Bonsoir, bonsoir. Hello, Miss Lovely. How are you doing? I'm fine. Thank you for asking. I hope you're doing good as well. Thank you very much, Star Girl. Thank you for the headpats. Thank you, thank you. Hi, Larry. Welcome in. Hope you're having a good day. A good day. Yes. Welcome in. It's nice and comfortable here. So I still haven't had the chance to move things over to OBS. I was just collecting different resources to prepare for the transition, but I haven't actually been able to do it all yet. I'm doing good, just used a little too much time of my brain juice while editing a documentary today. Now, isn't that a shame? I suppose we'll have to replenish. Now, why don't you take the load off and just relax. Let yourself feel comfortable, and I'll take good care of you. Hi, Triscuits. I'm Pollennial. Thank you so much for your follow. How are you doing this evening? It's very nice to meet you, and I hope you have a wonderful stay here. I'm here for the meeting. What meeting? Hi, Meghead. How are you? Thank you for the first time chat. I need my raise for more chicken tendies. So you want to negotiate? What can you offer the company? Triscuits, what do you bring to the table that is unique to you? I'm making my tea. Gonna plop on my chair. Most excellent. I can juggle. What are you trying to juggle? Is that in a literal sense? You can literally juggle things? Or do you mean juggle different projects? The background really complements those stunning eyes. Oh, you know flattery will get you nowhere with me. Regardless, thank you very much for your compliment, Peanut. Juggle these nuts. I expected that, not gonna lie. That was the first thing that crossed my mind. Seeing those eyes makes me want to run. But why would you want to run from me? I can take good care of you. Hello, hopeful. Welcome in, dear. Hi, crybaby. Welcome in, sweetheart. Why don't you take the load off and try to relax? Thank you for the hydrate, Fi. Hi, Alicia. How are you? Star. You're good girl. You're my wonderful, sweet girl. You've been so good to me. My good girl, Star. My good girl. I'm good. Just got up from my little cat nap. How are you? Most excellent. Thank you for asking. Did you know today is the 20th anniversary of my favorite console video game, Tales of Symphonia? And to celebrate, I did a recreation of the game's prologue. You can find it on my Twitter if you're interested. But, you know, for not having practiced anything, I think it turned out rather well. Today was such a roller coaster. That's right, the Nintendo GameCube game. I live near a mountain, and today something caught fire there. The fire spread quickly, but no one was hurt. Scary stuff. Indeed, especially with what's been happening in Maui. I'm glad no one was hurt. Sarcastic silence. And I'm glad that you're safe. Stay safe. Hi, Sphinx. How are you? Good to see you. Well, gotta head out. Hope you have an amazing rest of your stream. Alright, mister. I will catch you later. Be well. And I will see you next time. Next time, next time, next time. 20 years old. That game. It was a big part of my childhood. I have Sky of Arcadia on the GameCube that I've never played yet. I hope I have time to discover it this year. I hope you do. Where are you today? The void. Sure. Or it could be a visual representation of the depths of your subconscious. You know why? Because I am living there, rent free. Rent free. Oh, I see. Heart beats redeem. Simi or one of the other mods, could you please put up us heartbeats trigger warning? I'll have to take a second to get ready. I'm doing well, Sphinx. I hope that you're doing good. Also, okay, let's see. Let me know if you can't hear it. I'll move things around. It's not as fast as you, actually. I'm glad you like it. I mean, I've been cutting back on coffee, as you know. Hello, Tori. How are you? Thank you for the letter. Hello, Pixel. How are you? Thank you for the first time chat. Hope you're having a nice Tuesday evening. Oh, are we in space this time? Sasa? No. Today, we're in a visual representation of your subconscious. It's rather comfy in here. The other side. There you go. Hi, Jaden. Welcome in. Can you guys believe it's already near the end of August? Time is really going quickly. Hi, Snowball. Good to see you. Welcome in, sweetheart. It really is going so fast. Menino que voz. Thank you for the stretch redeem, and thank you for the head pat. Snowball. Alright, let's see if you have something in the tank. Thank you for the redeem. Appreciate it. You know, it's been a long day. It wasn't that busy, but it just felt slow. Spent a lot of time just staring out my office window, watching the people go about their daily lives and chat in perpetuity. Thank you, Kura. Appreciate that. Welcome back, Peanut. But yes. I get to choose. Let's see. What is there? Let's see. Thank you for the facial. It's very sweet of you. I have to think about what I want to play on the Columba. I have to think about it. The Tales of Symphonia one? Let me see. Let's see. All right, let's try it. I think that's all you can do for that song. Speaking of the changes, I'm getting better with singing with just the music. And now I'm in dance classes. Sounds like you've been doing a lot of different things. I hope it all goes well for you. Hope it all goes well. Thank you for the lurk, Hilary. Did you want the same song or something else? Goodbye, Fire. Have a good evening. Sleep well and sweet dreams. I will see you next time. Damn, there's actually a sharp there. Oh, let's see. I fell asleep after work on accident, so I'm wide awake now. The brain just doing a little dance to the music. Hi, Aaron. It's so good to see you. Welcome back. Welcome back. It's good to see you. Lay an egg. Drink some coffee. Well, right now, not drinking coffee. Appreciate it though. Did you just come back to redeem that? Hello. A bar. Hello. A bar. Oh, oh, bar. Oh, wow. Oh, bar. Happy? Alright, I will see you later, Yamane. Thank you so much for dropping by. Have a wonderful rest of your evening. Liang, thank you so much for your follow. I hope you have a wonderful stay here. Electric Love by Borns. Not exactly sure what this song is. It's kind of hard for me to play a song if I haven't heard of it before. I'll have to listen to it later. Because, usually if it's a song that I know, I can transpose it because the kalimba I have right now is tuned to C major. It's a 17 key kalimba. Therefore, I cannot play some accidentals, and looks like the song that you mentioned is in D major. So for now, we'll refund your points. You guys should really put these in the suggestions before I start stream so I can listen to it. Hold on. Let me just refund those points. Right. I mean, I can usually piece something together if I'm able to listen to it, but I don't have the sound split, so if I listen to it now, it'll be on stream, and if it's copyrighted music, there will be an issue with it. You know what I mean? Hi, Cozy. Good to see you. Could we please get a shout out for the wonderful Cozy Chew? I'm glad you like it. It's actually free to use on Twitter. I can give you the link later. I think the person posted 10 different color variants. It's very simple, but very nice. I'll shoot it over to you later. But do you slither? Do you slither into the courtroom? No, I walk with my legs. These are some very interesting emotes you're using. Liang. Sure. I can do that. It reminds me of Cassiopeia's struggle with boots. Yeah, you're right. That is pretty funny. But with Cassiopeia, you don't even get the option for boots. You need a wiggle wiggle redeem. So you just wiggle around violently. Like. Like that. How are you doing that? The water noises. Oh? Are you using mason jars? No. I've got these little water globes. Yeah. They're supposed to be used, like on people's faces after being choked, to massage them. But they also just happen to make great sound. Oh. What is that emote cry? Why, Sanj? Cry. You're good. Girl. Good. Girl. My sweet, well-behaved girl. Oh, that's right. You're at work, aren't you? Are you sure you should be listening at work? Good, girl. You're very welcome. You're very, very welcome. Do you like croissants? They're alright. I wouldn't say they're my favorite, but they're alright. You know what they say about people that make puns? They're psychopaths. I touched it to the ear by mistake. A fork? A tuning fork? I don't think they're expensive at all. Like $10 for a set. Unless that's expensive. Seems pretty manageable. Yeah, I got these for very cheap. Some luxury tuning forks over there where you live. I'm glad you're comfortable, Hilari. Name of hairstyle. Not really sure what you mean by that. Like, are you asking me what this is? The avatar. Isn't it the typical 2-block hairstyle? 2-block. Yeah, I went to one store and they wanted like $80 for one. Then for a set, it was 130. Looked online and it's like $50. Interesting. What avatar? He has no hair. What are you talking about? Avatar is bald. Well, you broke bold, but sure. Avatar: The Last Airbender. What is happening? Sasa, where are you taking us today? Not taking you anywhere. We're inside your mind. This is inside your subconscious. The void, but purple. It's the void after the previous ride. We finally got to McDonald's, just not one in this dimension. That's alright. I mean, I don't know if this dimension has chicken McNuggets. I don't think they accept the currency that we had. Why is my subconscious thinking about you, though? How would I know? That's your subconscious. Goofy, named Logan McDonald. Huh? Oh no, it's bald, not bold. Stupid sarcastic. You're fine. It's alright. Everything is alright. Just try to relax. Focus on your breathing. Inhale through your nose. And exhale through your mouth. Again, inhale through your nose. And exhale through your mouth. Is that something you like? Loan me a couple thousand points. For what, dragon? I've got good credit. Pineapple belongs on pizza. Only Hawaiian pizza. Don't know about that one. All right. I got you. Thank you for the redeem. B Y N Robin. 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 R O B Y N Robin. G. Greek salad pizza is the bomb. What is that? I've heard of Greek salad. But what is Greek salad pizza? Ramen. Yes, Cry. I see what you're going for. Ramen with broth and the ramen. Have you had any recently? Cry? Have you enjoyed any ramen? Sasa, are you going to be anything for Halloween? Like, getting a new outfit or something? I'm not really sure about the scope of your question, Cozy. Yes, I've enjoyed recently the spicy kind of ramen. Oh yeah? Or just PNG on model equals Halloween costume, honestly. I haven't really thought about that, but maybe I should do something. A snake onesie, and that'd be horrible. I mean, I did commission an art with a friend, and it has me dressed as a certain killer. So maybe I should do that, you know? Stick with the theme. And then read some RP that's like a killer breaks into your house and stabs you in the middle of the night. Roleplay. Do the samurai mask for Halloween, please. What is that? Oh, hi, Triscuits. 5 months, Burgers. Oh, over halfway there. Over halfway there to some baby. Thank you so much for all of your support, Triscuits. I'm really thankful. Thank you very much for choosing to spend your time with me. I really appreciate it. Then just leaves, stabs, and go. Whoa, the opposite of a lawyer for sure. Trickster. Sasa. Sure. Why not? Thank you for your streams, and your loving and welcoming community. Well, Triscuits, you're also a part of it, you know. So thank you for making it so welcome, so cozy and friendly. Thank you. Do you know the yep Muppet creatures? No, what is that? Is it something extremely cursed? What is it, Cozy? What could it be? Just goofy. Maybe we should look it up. The aliens? Oh, I see, I see. I don't have my Discord open right now. But I see what you mean. Yeah, sure, I can do this. It's a little goofy. Did you know that you've killed a pregnant being at one point in your life? Sure. I have no doubt in my mind. But same goes for you and everyone else. Isn't that right? Isn't that right? Let's see. Yeah, the red one and the blue one, right? The roach was pregnant and we have squashed them. And by we, you mean you. Okay, every time I look at a roleplay script on ASMR Script Haven, it feels very, very cringe. I'm not sure if it's just me or something else, but it feels very poorly written. Write your own roleplay ASMR. Your standards are high. Yeah, I dig for them. Less cringe one. Hold on, it's getting really cold, so I should probably put my shirt back on. Give me a sec. That wasn't naked. Just we did heartbeats earlier. Should we all be naked for this meeting? I mean, that's up to you. You don't really have to now, though. You can be if you want. I am not. I just put my shirt back on. Listen, I just said I put my shirt back on. Not naked, just no pants. Wrong. I feel like role plays, aren't they supposed to be like, I don't know. I don't really know how to do the happy ones. Usually just like, I can imagine how something like, you know, a possessive, like all the really dumb ones. like possessive yandere boyfriend finds out that you were talking to other people. Oh no. Streaming with pants, that's wild. Toxic league boyfriend RP. Hey, you know what we're doing tonight? We're playing League of Legends, and this is what you're going to play. You have two choices: you, me, or Lulu. Because I know that you're not good enough to do anything else. So that's what you're gonna play. All you have to do is shield me and let me do all the work. What? Isn't that accurate? Wait, what? Isn't that accurate to the trope? Pretty sure it is. Tonight, I'm gonna go to bed without dinner. You didn't make dinner. You didn't even do any of the chores. I'd half expected that some of these things would be done by the time I got home from work. I slave away at the office, you know, putting the food on the table. And what do? Nothing. You're worthless waste of space. The least you could do is apologize for being born. How pathetic. Clean yourself up. I played Dead by Daylight. What do you mean? It's my game time. Give him a topic and he casually RP. I mean, it's funny, right? I feel like, I don't know, maybe it's a good skill to have. I don't ask for much. All I'm asking for is that you pull your weight, okay? I know all you want to do is sleep all day like a useless dog and just wag your tail when I get home. But you see, I'm tired from work, earning the money for the both of us. So I'm gonna have to ask that you pick up the slack, or I'll find someone else who will. Pixel, thank you so much for the follow. Hope you're having a nice evening, and I hope you enjoy your stay here. I made dinner, but didn't eat it because I didn't feel good. Now I'm hungry, but I don't want to get up. A mess, really. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that, Aaron. Perhaps you can save that for later and get something that's a little easier on the stomach, like soup or even porridge.
Salutations and welcome.
Why are you and Aaron arguing like a married couple? I don't think we're arguing about anything. Lima. Lima 36. How are you? Thank you so much for your follow, and I hope you have a wonderful stay. I'm dying, guys. No. It's very dry in my apartment. So usually I have the humidifier running. And I don't right now. I took a deep breath. It was so dry. I died. Give me a sec. I'm okay. Tired from chores. Your voice is so soothing. Thank you, Lima. I hope you can relax with me. It's okay, I'll be fine. Thank you for the concern. Turns out the person who set the meeting forgot he even set a meeting, and he isn't here, so cancel. Cancelled. Cancelled. Oh god. The throat gurgles. Cancelled. I assure you, Dragon, no such thing happened. But it is very dry. If I don't use the humidifier, sometimes I just start bleeding. I just get like nosebleeds, just because it's so dry. Hey, silly. Princess is silly. Princess is silly. Welcome in. Good to see you again. Oh, didn't fill it up. I forgot. I will afterwards. Don't worry your little head. Do not worry. Alright, let's see if I can find a script. Some of these are so weird. Welcome back, Hopeful. Sasa casually putting himself in one of those dehydration machines. That's just my apartment. I can send you ones that I've used. Wait, used? If you want, sure, but aren't they usually like female for male or whatever? Wait, there's some really dumb ones. just found something kind of meta. Hold on. Listen, if I say it every time, it doesn't feel that special when I do, right? I know you worked all day and stuff, but like, can you break me a snack? Of course, dear. It's me. The snack is me. So I saw a little garden snake at work today, and I thought of you. Wasn't that nice? Wait, this script is hilarious. Hilarious. Okay. Hello everyone. Sasabiyo here. I know this is unusual, but before we get started, I wanted to talk about my new sponsor for the week, Micro House. Now, before you guys skip over to this section, I just want to service. Thank you, Micro House, for sponsoring this video. Now back to our regularly scheduled video. This is actually horrible. Hi. I know this is awkward, and I know you're probably surprised to see me here. After all, you were just watching my video a second ago. But I'd really appreciate it if you went back and listened to the sponsorship. It really means a lot. I did ask you to, after all. I mean, after the hours of quality content I've provided you with, the least you could do is just watch a minute-long ad.
Salutations.
Don't lie to me. I know you didn't. That's why I'm here. To make sure you watch the ad. Oh, of course. I know where all my viewers live. I've always known. Analytics on these videos are so precise nowadays. But you look confused, reluctant even. Is watching the sponsorship portion of the video really that difficult? Maybe this will persuade you. Don't scream. It's just a 9mm pointed at your stomach. You get used to it after a while in the content creator game. Oh, I'd be out of here long before your neighbors show up. And I'm more than willing to pull the trigger, believe me. It's a part of my contract. Microhouse really wants these mattresses sold. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a nice step back inside of your house. Lovely place, by the way. We're gonna sit down, load up my video, and then we're gonna watch it. Okay? Great. Now just step inside, loyal viewer, and show me where you are watching it. Wow, lovely place. Bit of a funky smell though. Maybe clean it up a bit. Do you have any family I need to know about? Okay, good. That means they won't be bothering us. Now sit down anywhere you like. Fantastic. Now what were you watching the video on? A laptop? Your phone or something? No. It has to be the same device you first watched the video on. Otherwise it won't work. I need each view to listen to the sponsor, where things are gonna get real ugly. Yeah. I do have a lot of people I need to visit. It's okay though, I'm a people person. Now load up that video. There I am. Now we're gonna listen to it all the way through this time. Alright? I don't care how important your ASMR needs are. This is vital. How important is it that you watch the whole of the ad? Sponsorship contracts are pretty strict these days, and they've asked me to ensure you guys watch it all the way. You know what's also strict? Specifically on your back, an uncomfortable mattress. Sleep is such an important part of the day, and an uncomfortable bed can really make life hard. Thanks to Micro House, however, I've been sleeping on a cloud for the last few months. They've sent one of these bad boys over, and wow, I've been so comfy. The service they provide is truly special. Every part of the mattress is designed to accommodate and support your body, applying gentle pressure that soothes the people lying in it, essentially lulling them to sleep. And as someone who's exhausted from working hard all day making videos, I've got to say it really does the job. Micro House operates worldwide and offers cheap next-day delivery. Their crack team of operators are always happy and ready to deliver. They'll even take away your old mattresses away from you. Isn't that nice? And if you're interested in having your own mattress after watching this, who wouldn't be? I've provided a link to their website, which you can find here. It's also in the description below. Oh, and don't forget to use the code NRCSASABIYUU for a sweet 15% off on your first order. Hope you guys enjoyed your mattresses, and thank you Micro House for sponsoring this video. Now back to your regularly scheduled programming. There we go. That wasn't so hard now, was it? Oh, you're crying. Oh, I'm sorry. Come here. Let me wipe those tears. There, it's okay, we're done now. If it makes you feel any better, this gun, it's not actually loaded. I just really needed to make sure you watch the sponsor. Micro House is so strict, it's unbelievable. If anything, I'm the victim here. Really should have read the contract more carefully before I signed it. You don't really want to know what they'll do if their link doesn't get enough clicks. No, they did actually send one mattresses over. Yeah, I meant every word I said. They are so comfy, like big marshmallows. 100% recommended. Actually, if you really want to help me, you'd click on that link there and order one, and it increases my chance of getting sponsored in the future. I wasn't asking. No, I was lying when I said the gun was unloaded. Don't believe me? Click on the damn link. Okay, good. Yeah, I like their website too. Has a really nice design. Comfortable for your eyes. And the layout's really sweet. Oh, there's a good mattress. Perfect size. Just click on the order button. Nice. Here, I'll enter your details for you. Yeah, I know everything about you. And I do mean everything. Don't be surprised if you make a donation to my channel in the next couple of days. Alright, all the details are filled in. I've entered in the code, and your mattress should be here tomorrow. Isn't that exciting? Now, what do you say? Don't act stupid. You know what I want to hear you say. Thank you, Sasabiyu, for providing me with such a great deal. Thank you so much. I'll always stay subscribed to your channel and like every video. Say it. Ah, You're welcome. Now get away from me. You make me sick. Don't tell the cops about this. They won't believe you. I've got full deniability from my grouse. Try to ruin my life, and they'll ruin yours. Plus, I don't got time. I got tons more places to be. So many people skip the ads. It's disgusting. Anyone who says being content creator is easy is a liar. Oh, and make sure you watch the rest of my video. The script writer worked so hard on it. And leave a like and a share. That's good for the algorithm. I'm not asking right now. Do it. Thank you. Now enjoy your mattress, sweetie. And remember, in the future, don't skip the ad. Bye. Wow. This one was so meta. Sorry. Welcome in. Good to see everyone. Thank you so much for the lurks, Brian. That's Sims Frank. Thank you for the follow. And Kurnos86 Plain Guy. Thanks for the follow, but this is your 4th follow. I've seen you follow and unfollow continuously over many streams. So I'd just like to say, the next time you do it, you're gone. Do you understand? Hello, Aliyah. Welcome in. I hope you're having a nice day. I was just reading a interesting script from ASMR Script Haven. They've got some really weird ones. When I'm sitting on a new mattress, I'm like, man's gonna kill me, I guess. I'm hiding from Sasa as we speak. It creeps me out how he just says, I know where you live. You can't stop me. No, it's all a part of the script. There's no way you thought that was real. I've acquired mochi ice cream bites. That sounds so good. Triscuits. Any of them green tea flavored? I love matcha. It was spoopy. Guys, it's just me. There's no need to be scared. No need to be scared. No need to be scared. I will take good care of all of you. What do you mean? I'm an excellent caretaker. There's plenty of space in the basement for all of you. And it's a little cold down there, so we can keep you all
Now that's huffing a lot.
nice and warm. I have these ropes, you see, and I'll tie you down just so you can't hurt yourself or get any funny ideas, right? Hey Tony, thank you so much for the bits. You're very kind, and I'm very grateful for your generosity. Thank you very much, Tony. Sasa's basement. I'm in. Sarcastic, no. You're not supposed to like that. No. The RP reminded me of a show with an underlying clause in the contract that gave debt and trickery. Interesting. Just got back. What? Hi, Cozy. Welcome back. Thank you for the lurk, Jen. Have a good night. Sleep well. Take care of yourself. Okay? Pyramid Head and cry. 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 Yeah, that's just so that Jack can do a self-insert. What a weirdo. Let's see. Can I help you? A lot of these are like so, what do you call it? Kink based. Like this title says, soft dom takes care of their little one after they run off in a store. Cute / romantic. Like, what? This is horrible. I opened it up, the document, and it's just like a complete mess. This is horrible. I'm not reading this script. Cute, romantic, no. Break into the house again. Why is that something you want to listen to? Should you guys be telling me something? A lot of these are just like... Alright, alright. This one is called Your Shadow Tricks You to Take Your Place. Yeah, alright, let's give this one a try. Don't know what it's gonna be like, but... Hear me. Can you hear me? Don't be afraid, please. I'm down here. I know this must be hard to believe, but I'm your shadow. You're not hearing things, I'm sorry. I'm not sure what exactly to say to you, to convince you. You must be so confused, but I'm pretty sure you felt my presence before. I've tried reaching out many times, and every time I feel you trying to hear me. I often see you looking at me when the high sun makes my figure extra visible on the burning pavement. I think you've sensed that I wasn't just a normal shadow. Let me introduce myself to you, finally. My name is... It's a pleasure to be noticed, though I've known you for a while. My name? Oh, I guess you wouldn't be able to understand our language, so you couldn't hear it. It doesn't matter. A name is just a name. What's behind the name is what's important. Don't you agree? You're still confused, I understand. I think I can clear some things up. But before that, you should probably go someplace more private. You're the only one that can hear my voice. But if the other sun beings see you talking to me, they might cause you some trouble. How about the forest path you used to frequent? Lovely. Let's go. Just be careful to stay in direct sunlight so my connection to you stays strong. There's another world that you're not aware of. My world. It's hard to describe using your language. It is a world without light, filled with beings like me. We use many different senses to interact with each other in the world. It is a beautiful place. I'd love to show it to you someday. The things you call shadows, the dark figures created by blocking the rays of your star, are kind of like windows for us to look into your world. We each get just one sun window, and you're mine. Human sun beings seem to play an important role for us. Even though you're not of our world, we even have reason to believe that the birth of humans is indirectly related to the creation of each of us. I'm not your original shadow, though. They died a few years ago. My previous window also broke around that time. So you were given to me. Sleep well, Miss Lovely. Sweet dreams. No, of course, sun beings and shadows don't stay same for their entire lives. That would be ridiculous. What would we do if our sun windows were broken? Just live the rest of our lives without one? I mean, it wouldn't be unheard of. There are stories of such things. I've even heard of sun beings and shadows being together since birth and dying at the same time. These phenomena are still being studied, but such incidents are few and far between. Alright, sleep well, Rua. Thank you for being here. Sleep well. To explain simply, I appear to you as your shadow. You are my sun window, my looking glass into your world. We can't exist where there is light, so you give us the chance to be there in some form. We like to visit. Our world is vast, but it can be a bit monotone, you see. So this place is a bit strange and exciting for us. And for some reason we can only use human sun beings, but not other things that cast shadows. No, sun beings are not aware of this reality. I'm not supposed to be talking to you. You know, it's strictly forbidden. But don't worry about me. I made preparations to make sure that I wouldn't be found out. Our two worlds are meant to be separate, is what they teach us. There's also the fact that most humans who make contact with us go mad. So it's a rule meant to protect you as well. Oh, I didn't mean to scare you. You're gonna be just fine, I'm sure of it. I've been watching you closely and I know you can handle it. You're strong and resilient. You could say I've come to enjoy your presence even more than your world. Are you okay? Why did you look away? What is it now? You pulled back and you're looking at me really intensely. You're starting to see some of my features. I'm glad to hear that. It means our connection is getting stronger. What are you able to see? Dark, messy hair, glowing eyes, gray skin. Yeah, that sounds like me. Must be weird for you to finally see me. So I understand your reaction. Be careful though. You almost fell into a thorn bush. We're quite deep into the forest now. I think we can just stop and rest here for a while. Doesn't look like there is anyone here. We're alone. Just you and me. You look like you want to ask me something. Like I said, I've been trying to reach you for a while. Actually, the way for us to talk to a sun being is mostly dependent on them. They have to pay close attention to us. The sun being needs to be curious and attentive enough to not ignore our barely audible pleas for their attention. Still, it could take years for them to catch a single word. You obviously showed interest in hearing what I had to say, so it was easier than expected. I wanted to thank you for that. My world is wonderful, but I suppose this stuffy, overexposed landscape can take pride in having you as an inhabitant. You sure like to look away, don't you? Be careful. I hear the sun can damage your eyes. It's funny how a thing you need to survive can also hurt you. I've long wondered how sunlight feels on your skin. No, I know what warmth is like. We have warmth. It just doesn't come with light. We have these hot pools of energy that flow from the ground. They are very relaxing to lie in. We're also warm-blooded, so our bodies are warm too. You could try touching my hand, if you'd like. Sure, go right ahead. I don't mind. You wouldn't normally be able to feel anything through the shadow, but since our connection has gotten so much stronger, you should be able to now. Neat, right? Doesn't it make me less scary now that you know that my hands are warm, too? I wondered when you'd finally ask why I was so determined to talk to you, even though I'm not supposed to. It's so risky. To tell you the truth, I've been feeling dull and lifeless for a while now. I realized I was spending most of my time looking through my sun window to the point I was neglecting my real life. It's not that I don't like my life, it's just that something was missing. I became too attached to you. I couldn't help but think about the things we could talk about and the things that I wanted to show you. I couldn't help but think. So I know I said someday, but I want you to come to my world with me now, just to visit, of course. You could come back whenever you like. I've been looking into it. I'm sure it's possible for you to come to this world through me, as long as your connection is strong enough. Really, your body here would just stay asleep for as long as you're there, and you would wake up the moment you wanted to come back. Our connection has become so strong that it wouldn't be difficult at all. I can tell that my presence in your world has gotten even more lifelike. At the start, you looked at me like I was a mirage, or nothing more than a voice in your head, but now I can tell you see me as a person. You can see me, you can hear me, touch me, like any other thing in your world. Now I want to share my world with you too, and you will see that it's nothing like you've ever experienced, and we would be able to interact more deeply rather than just a sun being in their shadow. We'd be on equal ground in a beautiful new landscape of dark excellence and mystery. I want to show it to you. I can't be your window, but I can be your door, and all you need to step through. You can now. You have no reason to trust me. All you can do is listen to what I have to say and decide what you want to do. You can go home, say the word, and I will never bother you again. You could pretend that this conversation never happened, and I can go back to my world alone, only coming back to look like through the window and wonder about what could have been. Or you can take my hand. It's all I can offer in this state, but I promise to give you so much more if you just take the leap into the warm embrace of the unknown. What do you say? I'm so glad. Thank you, darling. You're truly so kind to have graciously surrendered your body. Don't worry, I'm sure you'll learn to enjoy your new existence. It's not so bad when you get used to it, but personally speaking, I can't wait to try out this world, not just as an observer, but as a full-on sun being. It feels so different, I can't believe you can tolerate this brightness every single day. It kind of hurts. Please, my dear, don't be like that. I might have lied when I said you could come back whenever you wanted, but I was being honest when I said that I've come to like you. Now you can come and visit me whenever you want, and eventually you'll learn to understand why I was so desperate to come into the light. It's nothing personal. I'm still quite shocked at how easy you were to manipulate. I was so lucky to be matched with you all those years ago. Look at me now, standing in the sunlight and free to do as I please. You're right. It seems I've kept some of my features, but I'm sure they'll adjust to the new environment with time. Even now, my eyes are already starting to adjust to the light, and you look a bit different too, my dear. Oh, you hadn't noticed? Your skin has already started to reflect tones of gray, and your eyes have started to change color. Don't be afraid. I do feel a tiny bit bad for forcing this change on you, but I was determined to come here. No matter how scary it might seem right now, you can rest easy, knowing your eyes will certainly adjust to the darkness. And if it's any consolation, I'll be here. The sunlight. It feels so nice. The end. Wow, that's kinda fucked up. Hello, Ivy. Welcome in, and thank you for the first time chat. I really appreciate it. Read you about your car's extended warranty. They're all spooky in a way. And you know what? It's funny because you can very easily, make the connection between, a streamer and his audience in the same way. Could have been an allegory. Hi, Tsuma. How are you? Welcome in. Could we please get a shout out for Tsuma ASMR? How have you been? Have you been well? Yes, very good to see you. I'm glad to hear that you're doing well. Just gonna jot that accepts people in wheelchairs. And I'm so excited. Teacher's Aid, congratulations. I hope that you have a really fulfilling time with your new job. And I hope that they are very accommodating. Lets the shadow get his way because he has a nice voice. Should you try a creepypasta story? Do you have one that you'd like to recommend? Kind of reminds me of this story about a troll under the bridge by Neil Gaiman. At the end, he takes your body and you become the troll alone under the bridge. Forever. Spooky. That's so spooky. Let's see. Creepypasta story. Aren't these very long though? Abandoned by Disney. Oh god. Well, I hope it's not too long, Tony. It does look kind of long, not gonna lie. Oh, maybe it's not that long, okay. Alright. No, I'll try it. I'm gonna go, Mimi's. I'm getting a little tired, but I hope to see you all another time. Alright, Myth. Sleep well. Sweet dreams. Good night. Good night, 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 good night. Alright. I'll take Tony's recommendation and read Abandoned by Disney. It doesn't look too long, so hopefully we can get through it. I just didn't want to rush the reading or anything. Well, this is just a story, I believe, Simi. Some of you may have heard that the Disney Corporation is responsible for at least one real, live ghost town. Disney built the Treasure Island Resort in Baker's Bay in the Bahamas. It didn't start as a ghost town. Disney cruise ships would actually stop at the resort and leave tourists there to relax in luxury. This is a fact. Look it up. Disney blew $30 million on the place. Yes, you heard me right. $30 million. Then they abandoned it. Disney blamed the shallow waters. Too shallow for their ships to operate in safety. And there was even blame cast on the workers, saying that since they were from the Bahamas, they were too lazy to work a regular schedule. That's where the factual nature of their story ends. It wasn't because of the sand, and it obviously wasn't because foreigners are lazy. Both are convenient excuses. No, I sincerely doubt that those reasons were legitimate. Why don't I buy the official story? Because of Mowgli's place, near the beachside city of Emerald Isle in North Carolina, Disney began construction of Mowgli's Place in the late 1990s. The concept was a jungle-themed resort with a large, you guessed it, palace in the center of the whole thing. If you're unfamiliar with the character of Mowgli, then you might better remember the story, The Jungle Book. If you haven't seen it anywhere else, you'd know it as a Disney cartoon from decades past. Mowgli is an abandoned child in the jungle, essentially raised by animals and simultaneously threatened and pursued by other animals. Mowgli's palace, I saw her out there for the lurk, was a controversial undertaking from the start. Disney brought up tons of high-priced land for the project, and there was actually a scandal surrounding some of the purchases. The local government claimed eminent domain on people's homes, then turned around and sold the properties to Disney. At one point, a home that had just begun construction was immediately condemned with little to no explanation. The land grabbed by the government was supposedly for some fictional highway project. Knowing full well what was going on, people started calling it the Mickey Mouse Highway. Then there was the concept art. A group of stuffed shirts from Disney Co. actually held a city meeting. They intended to sell everyone on how lucrative this product was going to be. When they showed the concept art, this gigantic Indian palace surrounded by jungle, staffed with men and women in loincloths and tribal gear, well, suffice it to say, everyone flipped their shit. We're talking about a large Indian palace, jungle, and loincloths, not only in the center of a relatively wealthy area, but also somewhat xenophobic area of the southern United States. It was a questionable mix at that point in history. One member of the crowd tried to storm the stage, but he was quickly subdued by security after he had managed to break one of the presentation boards over his knee. Disney took that community and essentially broke it over its knee as well. The houses were razed, the land was cleared, and there wasn't a damn thing anyone could do or say about it. Local TV and newspapers were against the resort from the beginning, but some insane connection between Disney's media holdings and the local venues came into play, and their opinions turned on a dime. So anyway, Treasure Island, the Bahamas. Disney sunk those millions in and then split. The same thing happened with Mowgli's Place. Construction was complete. Visitors actually stayed at the resort. The surrounding communities were flooded with traffic, and the usual annoyances associated with an influx of lost and irate tourists. Then it all just stopped. Disney shut it down and no one knew what the hell to think. But they were pretty happy about it. Disney's loss was pretty hilarious and wonderful to a large group of folks who didn't want this in the first place. And I honestly didn't give the place another thought since it closed over a decade ago. I live maybe 4 hours from Emerald Isle, so really I only heard the rumblings and didn't experience any of it firsthand. Then I read this article. Have a good night, Snowball. Then I read this article from someone who had explored the Treasure Island Resort and posted the whole blog about all the crazy shit he found there. Stuff just left behind. Things smashed, defaced, probably ruined by the disgruntled former employees who had lost their jobs. Hell, the locals from all around probably had a hand in wrecking that place. People there felt just as angry about Treasure Island as folks here did about Mowgli's Palace. Plus, there were rumors that Disney had released their aquarium stock into the local waters when they closed, including sharks. Who wouldn't want to take a few swings at some merchandise after that? Well, what I'm getting at is, this blog about Treasure Island got me thinking. Even though many years had passed since its closing, I figured it might be cool to do some urban exploration at Mowgli's Palace. Take some photos, write about my existence, and probably see if there was anything I could take home as a memento. I'm not gonna say I wasted no time in getting there because honestly it took me another year after I first found that Treasure Island article to get around to going up to Emerald Isle. Over the course of that year, I did a lot of research on the Palace Resort. Or rather, I tried to. Naturally, no official Disney site or resources made any mention of the place. That had been scrubbed clean. Even odder, however, was that nobody before myself had apparently thought to blog about the place or even post a photo. None of the local TV or newspaper sites had one word about the place, though that was to be expected since they had all swung Disney's way. They wouldn't be out here lauding their embarrassment, you know. Recently, I learned that corporations can actually ask Google, for example, to remove links from search results, basically for no good reason. Looking back, it's probably not that nobody spoke of the resort, but rather their words were made inaccessible. So in the end, I could barely find the place. All I had good to go on was a old as hell map I'd received in the mail back in the 90s, used as a promotional item to send out to people who had recently been to Disney World. And I guess since I'd been there in the late 80s, that was recent. I didn't really intend to hang on to it. I just got shoved in with my books and comics from childhood. I only remembered it months into my research, and even then took me another few weeks to locate the storage bin my parents had shoved it all into. But I did, in fact, find it. The locals were no help. Most were transplants who moved to the beach in recent years, or old residents who just sneered at me and made rude gestures the second I managed to say, "Where would I find Mowgli's?" The drive took me through an inordinately long corridor of overgrowth. Tropical plants that had run rampant and overpopulated the area, mixed in with the native species of flora that actually belonged there and had tried to reclaim the land. I was in awe when I reached the front gates of the resort. Tremendous, monolithic wooden gates, whose supports to either side looked like they must have been cut from giant sequoias. The gate itself had been gouged in several places by wooden peckers and eaten away at the base by burrowing insects. Hanging on the gate was a sheet of metal, some random scrap, with hand-painted letters scrawled in black, "Abandoned by Disney." Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. Clearly the handiwork of some past local or an employee who wanted to make some small protest. The gates were open enough to walk through but not drive, so grabbing my digital camera and the map, whose flip side showed the layout of the resort, I set off on foot. The inner grounds of the palace were just as overgrown as the entryway. Palm trees stood untended and ragged among piles of their own coconuts. Coconuts, coconuts, coconuts. Coconuts, good morning, Noel. Banana plants simply stood in their own stinking, bug-riddled refuse. There was this sort of clash between order and chaos. So carefully planted rows of perennial flowers mixed with obnoxious tall weeds and blackened mushrooms. All that remained of any outdoor structures were broken, rotting wood and various charred bits of unidentifiable material. Oh, thank you for the redeem. What was most likely an information booth or an outdoor bar was now simply a pile of assorted debris chopped up by past vandalism and ravaged by the weather. The most interesting thing on the ground was a statue of Baloo, the friendly bear from the Jungle Book, which stood in sort of a courtyard in front of the main building. He was frozen in a jovial wave toward no one, staring into an empty space with a silly, toothy grin, as bird shit covered the whole swaths of his fur, and vines ensnared his platform. I approached the main building, or otherwise known as the Palace, only to find the outside of the building covered in graffiti, where the original paint had been peeled and chipped away. The front doors weren't just open, they'd been taken off the hinges and were stolen. And above the front doors, or the gaping maw where they had been, someone had once again painted "Abandoned by Disney." I wish I could tell you about all the awesome stuff I saw inside the palace. Forgotten statues, abandoned cash registers, a full-fledged secret society of homeless bums. But no, the inside of the building was so stark, so bare, that I actually think people had stolen the molding off the walls. Anything that was too big to steal, counters, desks, giant fake trees, they were all resting amidst this empty echo chamber that amplified my every step like a slow rat-a-tat of a machine gun. I checked the floor plan and headed to all the locations that might have seemed in any way interesting. The kitchen was, as you'd imagine, an industrial food prep area with all the appliances and space. No expenses spared. Every glass surface was broken, every door knocked off its hinges, every metal surface kicked and dented. The entire place smelled like very old piss. The huge freezer, not even remotely cool now, had rows upon rows of empty shelf space, hooks hung from the ceiling, probably hanging cuts of meat. And as I had stood inside for a moment, I noticed they were swinging. Each hook swung in a random direction, but their movements were so slow and small that it was almost impossible to see. I figured it had been caused by my footsteps, so I stopped one from swinging by clutching it in my fist, then carefully letting go. But within seconds, it started to swing once more. The bathrooms were in much the same state as the rest of the place, just like the Treasure Island Resort. Someone had methodically smashed each porcelain commode with coconuts and other implements. There was about a half-inch of rancid, stagnant water on the floor, so I didn't stay there long. What is odd is that the toilets and the sinks all dripped, leaked, or just ran freely. It seemed to me that they should have shut off the water long ago. A long time ago. There were plenty of rooms in the resort, but naturally I didn't have time to look through them all. The few I did peer into were similarly wrecked, and I didn't expect to find anything there. I thought there was actually a television or radio in one room, as I really think I heard a quiet conversation coming out. Though it was like a whisper, probably my own breathing, echoing the silence. Or just another case of sound of flowing water, playing tricks on the mind. This is what it sounded like. I didn't believe it. I didn't know that. Didn't know that. Your father told you. I know, it sounds ridiculous. I'm just telling you what I experienced. Why?
Welcome.
Thank you for the follow, Rokure. I thought there was there might have been something running in that room, or worse, some vagrants that were holed up in there and probably would have knifed me. At the front doors of the palace again, I figured I hadn't found anything of note and had wasted a trip up. Hi, Mara Mystere Ivan. How are you? Hope you're doing well. As I looked out the door, I noticed something interesting in the courtyard that I'd apparently missed. Something that would give me at least one thing to show for all my trouble, even if it was just a photograph. There was a lifelike statue of a python, maybe 80 feet long, coiled up and sunning itself on a pedestal, right in the center of the area. It was almost time for the sun to start setting, so the light fell over the object in the perfect way for a photograph. Very exhausted. Well, you can relax here. I'm reading a story. Slowly, casually. Oh wait. I approached the python and snapped a photo. Then I stood on my toes and snapped another. I moved closer again to get the details of its face. Slowly, casually, the python lifted its head, looked directly into my eyes, turned, and slithered off the pedestal, across the grass and into the trees. All 80 feet of it. Its headlong disappeared into the woods before its tail even left the sunning spot. Disney has released all their exotic animals onto the grounds. Right there on my floor plan map was the reptile house. I should have known. I'd read about the sharks at Treasure Isle. I should have known they'd done this. I was dumbfounded, just utterly stupefied. My mouth must have been hanging open for the longest time before I came back down to earth and snapped it shut. I blinked a few times and backed away from where the snake had been, back towards the palace. Even though it was totally gone, I still wasn't taking any chances and backed my way into the building. It took a few deep breaths and slaps to my own face to get myself right in the head. After that, I looked for a place to sit down, as my legs were feeling a bit like jelly at this point. Of course, there was no place to sit down, unless I want to recline on broken glass and a dead leaf carpet. I'd seen some stairs at the palace lobby and decided to go have a seat there until I felt better. The staircase was far enough away from the front of the building to be relatively clean, save for a startling accumulation of dust. I pulled a metal wedge off the wall and once again painted with a "Abandoned by Disney" motto I'd become accustomed to, and I placed it on the stairs so I could sit on it. The stairway led downward, below ground level. Using my camera flash as some sort of flashlight, I could see that the staircase ended with a metal mesh about a padlock. A sign on the door, a real sign, read, "Mascots only. Thank you." This perked up my spirits a little bit for two reasons. One, a mascots only area would have definitely had some interesting stuff back in the day. Two, the padlock was still in place. Nobody had gone down there. Not the vandals, not the looters, nobody. This was the one place I could actually explore and perhaps find something interesting to photograph or steal. I'd come to the palace essentially agreeing with myself that it was okay to take anything because it was, hey, abandoned. It didn't take much to bust a lock. Well, actually that's wrong. It didn't take much to bust the metal plate on the wall that the padlock was hooked onto. Time and decay had done most of the work for me. and I was able to bend the metal plate enough to pull the screws out of the wall. The mascot's only area was startling and very welcome change from the rest of the building. For one, every second or third fluorescent light overhead was illuminated, even though they flickered and faded randomly. Also, nothing had been stolen or broken, even if age and exposure were definitely taking their toll. Tables had notepads, pens, there were clocks, even a punch-in clock on the wall, complete with filled-out time cards. Hello there. Chairs were scattered all around, and there was even a small break room with old static film television and long rotted-out food and drink on the counters. It was like one of those post-apocalyptic movies where everything is left in the state of evacuation. Let me take a sip of water. As I walked the maze-like sub-basement hallways of the mascot's only area, the sights just became more and more interesting. As I went further, desks and tables were knocked over, papers scattered and almost melded with the damp floor, and the large carpet of mold was slowly overtaking the real rotting crimson floor covering. Everything was just sort of squishy. Anything wood disintegrated into mush when I applied even the least amount of force. Super Nerd, thank you for the follow. We're currently reading a creepypasta story called Abandoned by Disney. One thing that annoyed me was that the light was becoming more sparse and unreliable as I went further into the dank, suffocating depths of the place. Eventually, I reached a place, a black and yellow striped door with the words Character Prep 1 stenciled on it. The door wouldn't open at first, and I figured this was probably where the costumes were kept, and I definitely wanted a photograph of that stinking, twisted mess. I try as I might. Whatever angle or trick I tried, the door would not budge. That is, until I gave up and started to walk away. That was when there was a slight popping sound and the door creaked open slowly. Inside the room, it was completely dark, pitch black. I used the camera flash to look for a light switch, but there was nothing. As I made my search, I was jarred out of my sense of excitement by a loud electrical buzz. Rows of lights overhead suddenly flashed to life, flickering and fading in and out like the rest I had passed. It took a second for my eyes to adjust, and it seemed like the light was going to keep getting brighter until all the bulbs exploded. But just when I thought I would reach that critical stage, the lights dimmed a bit and steadied. The room was exactly as I'd pictured it. Various Disney costumes hung on the walls, fully put together like a strange cartoon cadavers hung from invisible nooses. There was an entire rack of loincloths and native clothing on hangers towards the back. What I found odd, and what I wanted to photograph right away, was the Mickey Mouse costume at the center of the room, and unlike any other costume, it was lying on its back in the center of the floor like a murder victim. The fur in the costume was rotting and shedding, creating bare patches. What was even odder, however, was the coloring of the costume. It was like a photo negative of the actual Mickey Mouse, black where he should have been white, and white where he should have been black. His normally red overalls were light blue. The sight was off-putting, enough that I actually put off photographing the thing until last. I took a picture of the costumes hanging on the walls. Then I decide to stage a shot. Just one of the bedraggled character heads on the slick, grimy floor. I reached for the headpiece of Donald Duck costume and carefully removed it so the thing wouldn't fall apart in my hands. And as I looked into the face of the wide-eyed, moldering head, a loud, clattering noise made me jump with fright. I looked at my feet, and there, between my shoes, was a human skull. It had fallen out of the mascot head and shattered into pieces at my feet. Only the empty face and the lower jaw remained, staring up at me. I dropped the duck head immediately. As you'd expect, I moved for the door. As I stood in the doorway, I looked back to the skull on the floor. I had to take a picture of it, I had to. For any number of the reasons that may seem silly, but only if you don't think it through. I needed proof of what happened, especially if Disney was somehow going to make this go away. I had no doubt in my mind, right from the start, that even if it was just gross negligence, Disney was responsible for this. That's when Mickey, that photo negative opposite Mickey on the middle floor, started to get up. First, sitting up, then climbing to its feet. The Mickey Mouse costume, or whoever was inside of it, stood there at the center of the room, its fake face just staring directly at me as I mumbled, "No," over and over and over. With shaking hands, a violent thrashing heart, and legs that once again turned into jelly, I managed to lift up the camera and aim it at the opposite creature, now quietly sizing me up. The digital camera screen displayed only dead pixels in the shape of a living thing. It was a perfect silhouette of the Mickey costume. As the camera moved, in my unsteady hands, the dead pixels spread, marring the screen wherever Mickey's outline moved to. Then, the camera died. Went blank and quiet and broken. I raised my eyes once again to the Mickey Mouse costume. "Hey," it said, in a hushed, perverted, but perfectly executed Mickey Mouse voice. "Want to see my head come off?" It started to pull at its own head, working its clumsy, glove-clad fingers around its neck, clawing, impatient movements similar to a wounded man trying to pull himself free of a predator's jaws. As it worked its digits into the neck, so much blood, so much thick, chunky, yellow blood. I turned away as I heard a sickening tearing of cloth and flesh. Only cared about getting away. Above the doorway, out of this room, I saw the final message clawed into the metal with bone and fingernails. "Abandoned by God." I never got the pictures out of the camera. I never wrote the blog entry about it. After I ran from that place, fled for my sanity, if not my very own life. I knew why Disney didn't want anyone to know about this place. They didn't want anyone like me getting in. They didn't want anything like that getting out. The end. Kinda spooky, huh? Kinda spooky. That was good. I like that story. Truly. The place was locked to keep creepy stuff in. That's right. That's right. Thank you for the recommendation, Tony. That was really good. I enjoyed reading it. Although, I think having read for a while out loud, my throat is kind of getting scratchy and a little sore. So I may have to end this stream and raid somebody. Cause it's actually hurting a lot. What the heck? Yeah, I'd like to do that actually. Some of these stories are very, very interesting. Oh, thank you. Oh, that's very kind of you guys. And yeah, I think my voice is starting to fade. Thank you for saying that, Yuki. I hope you enjoyed it, truly. And I hope I see you again next time. We went a little bit off the beaten path. But
Salutations.
Si Cheng, thank you so much for your follow. Appreciate that. No, it's okay. My throat was already a little non-functional earlier this week. But thank you everyone for coming, and I hope you enjoyed what I had to offer for tonight. And my next stream for this week will be on Friday. I have something important happening on Thursday, so on Wednesday night I'd like to take some time to prepare for it. Got an important court hearing, and I want to make sure my voice is doing alright, since I have to argue a motion on Thursday. But I really enjoyed spending time with you guys, and I hope that I could help you at least relax a little bit from your day. So thank you very much.
Salutations.
And I'll find us someone nice to raid. So, in the meanwhile, please enjoy some music. Please take care, everyone. Until next time.
Salutations and welcome. Salutations and
Let's show some love to my friend Raisin. He's a great ASMR artist.